Mr. Sparks. Economic development is always a major talking point in campaigns around Alabama and around this country. What specifically will you do to improve the economic outlook and create new jobs for those of us in Jefferson County?
I remember a few years ago when Honda came to town. And I remember that you couldn't even get an application in Alabama to go to Louisiana. And I stood on the steps of my day with the unions and said, if we're going to invest $157 million of our tax money, it ought to be Alabama people building Monday, and it ought to be Alabama people working Monday. We have got to create jobs. You've got to travel the world and promote what Alabama has. You've got to help existing industry. We can't always look for the home run of bringing another industry to Alabama, but we can help those industries in Alabama that have been paying the taxes, paving our roads, educating our children. If you've got a business that's 15 or 20 people, and we can help you grow to 25 to 30 people, that's new jobs. And I pledge to you to do just that. And I've laid it on the table. We're broke. And there again, I come out and talk about gambling, and I was criticized. Folks, we are going to tax gambling in Alabama. We are going to lay the lottery back on the table. We're going to educate our children. We'll never be able to bring the jobs to Alabama if we don't educate our children, because they don't compete against Georgia and Mississippi. They compete against India and China. And that's how you create economic wealth, is by educating our children.
Congressman Henderson.
How do you create economic wealth in a state like ours? Commissioner's actually exactly right about this, when you educate as many young people as you can. But let's talk about how to do that. We have a dropout rate that is too high. Even here in Birmingham, the dropout rate is 41%. Statewide, it's 41%. I laid out a comprehensive proposal in early August. I called it a combination of public and personal responsibility that would be the largest initiative ever undertaken in our state to reduce the dropout rate, and we need to do it. I'm going to be talking a lot about education in this campaign. Right now, the state of Alabama is leaving federal dollars on the table because we're one of a few states in the country that don't have charter schools. Barack Obama, whom I was very happy to support for president when you were supporting a different candidate, Ron. Barack Obama supports charter schools and says that they're a good thing. I'm with him. If Alabama would just pass a bill setting on charter schools, do y'all know we would draw down about $150 million federal dollars that we could use to put into our schools? And this has got to be a sense of priority. It's got to be a sense of mission. Because here's one thing I want to close out this question with. Ladies and gentlemen, 19.8% of Alabamians have a college degree right now. If the next governor of Alabama could lead the path toward moving that number to 27 or 28 in the next decade, I will submit to you, nothing would have a more consequential impact on our state. If we could put the policies in place that would move the college graduate number from below 20 to close to 30, it would change the whole face of this state. It would change the profile of this state. But it's going to take a governor who understands how paramount